Good morning. We're back in my messy kitchen just so I can get this out first thing in the morning. And I have given up on the virtual background. That was quite silly, wasn't it? Okay. Moving on today with Lesson 45. God is the mind with which I think. Today's idea holds the key to what your real thoughts are. They are nothing that you think, just as nothing that you think you see is related to vision in any way. There is no relationship between what is real and what you think is real. Nothing that you think are your real thoughts resemble your real thoughts in any respect. Nothing that you think you see bears any resemblance to what vision will show you. You think with the mind of God. Therefore, you share your thoughts with Him as He shares His with you. They are the same thoughts, because they are thought by the same mind. To share is to make alike or to make one. Nor do the thoughts you think with the mind of God leave your mind, because thoughts do not leave their source. Therefore, your thoughts are in the mind of God as you are. They are in your mind as well, where He is. As you are part of His mind, so are your thoughts part of His mind. Where then are your real thoughts? Today we will attempt to reach them. We will have to look for them in your mind, because that is where they are. They must still be there, because they cannot have left their source. What is thought by the mind of God is eternal, being part of creation. Our 3 5-minute practice periods for today will take the same general form we used in applying yesterday's idea. We will attempt to leave the unreal and seek for the real, deny the world in favor of the truth. We will not let the thoughts of the world hold us back. We will not let the beliefs of the world tell us what God would have us do is impossible. Instead, we will try to recognize that only what God would have us do is possible. We will also try to understand that only what God would have us do is what we want to do. And we will also try to remember that we cannot fail in doing what He would have us do. There is every reason to feel confident that we will succeed today. It is the will of God. Begin the exercises for today by repeating the idea for yourself. Close your eyes as you do so. Then spend a fairly short period in thinking a few relevant thoughts of your own, keeping the idea in mind. After you have added some 4 or 5 thoughts of your own to the idea, repeat it again and tell yourself gently, "My real thoughts are in my mind. I would like to find them." Then try to go past all the unreal thoughts that cover the truth in your mind and reach to the eternal. Under all the senseless thoughts and mad ideas with which you have cluttered up your mind, guilty, are the thoughts that you thought with God in the beginning. They are there in your mind now, completely unchanged. They will always be in your mind exactly as they were. Everything you have thought since then will change, but the foundation on which it rests is wholly changeless. It is this foundation toward which the exercises for today are directed. Here is your mind, joined with the mind of God. Here are your thoughts, one with His. For this kind of practice, only one thing is necessary. Approach it as you would an altar dedicated in heaven to God the Father and God the Son. For such is the place you are trying to reach. You will probably be unable as yet to realize how high you are trying to go. Yet even with the little understanding you have already gained, you should be able to remind yourself that this is no idle game, but an exercise in holiness and an attempt to reach the kingdom of heaven. In the shorter exercise periods for today, try to remember how important it is to you to understand the holiness of the mind that thinks with God. Take a minute or two, as you repeat the idea throughout the day, to appreciate your mind's holiness. Stand aside, however briefly, from all thoughts that are unworthy of Him whose host you are, and thank Him for the thoughts He is thinking with you. Lesson 45. God is the mind with which I think. Let's begin our 5-minute practice. And just finding a posture that is comfortable, easy to hold. God is the mind with which I think. In our practice today, we are instructed to reach our real thoughts, those that we share with the mind of God. We know they're there because they cannot have left their source. What is thought by the mind of God is eternal, being part of creation. We will not let the beliefs of the world tell us what God would have us do is impossible. We commit to the truth that what God would have us do is what we want to do, and that we cannot fail in doing what He would have us do. Our journey toward ourselves and toward God is the will of God, and it's wonderful to be on that path. God is the mind with which I think. My real thoughts are in my mind. I would like to find them. Noticing all of the, as Jesus describes them, unreal thoughts that pass us by. The thoughts of busyness for the day, of resentment, regret, worry for the future, anger against people. These are the senseless thoughts and mad ideas that clutter up our mind. Reminding ourselves that on this journey inward, we are approaching it as though we are approaching a sacred altar. A sacred altar we have built for God and Jesus, allowing the Holy Spirit to guide our thoughts, to elevate our journey within. God is the mind with which I think. Keep our inward gaze, our third eye, fixed on this altar. It is a vision of our own holiness and of our own connection to God. It's so easy to lose sight of that with our day-to-day problems and worries. God is the mind with which I think. And just visualize ourselves at the foot of the altar we have created, we have excavated within ourselves. A visualization of our link with the divine. Inhaling deeply, noticing how easy it is to let the cares of the world slip past as we focus on this important center of our being. What are the thoughts we feel there? thoughts of ease, the ease with which we can forgive others and let go of judgments. The ease of getting through the day, handling our daily tasks without worry or anxiety or self-criticism. These are some of the things that come to my mind. Ease, clarity, and a real sense of the expansiveness of time and our tiny role, our tiny part we play in this the short years we're here. Thank you for joining me for Lesson 45. God is the mind with which I think. We'll see you tomorrow for our weekly Sunday meditation. Actually occurs tomorrow. And I do pick up on the Course in Miracles lesson as a theme, if you'd care to join that. And we'll see you tomorrow as well for Lesson 46. Good night.